Yo, what's up with y'all, man? What's up? What's going on? What's up? What's going on, man? Hold on, let me make sure this mic is working. See if this junk gonna kick in. What's up? What's going on? What's up? All right, yeah. All right, we in the building. Hold on. All right, yeah, we activated now. All right, man. What's up with y'all, man? Happy holidays, man. Happy holidays to everybody out there, man. No matter what you celebrate, you know what I'm saying? Definitely wanna let y'all know, man. It's good to help somebody on a day like this, right? It's good to get out there and help somebody in your local community or wherever you may be at. You might not even be at home. You might be on the road. But if there is something you could do to help somebody, man, try to get out there and help somebody. And that's every day, not just today, man. And we know the whole history lesson and everything on Thanksgiving, and we know it's really not a day for us per se. You know what I mean? We kind of flipped it into our own thing where we sit around and eat and enjoy each other. And I ain't even gonna get into all that today. Right now, I'm about to play this message by this young lady, man. I want to know what y'all perspective is on what she has to say, man. And yeah, I'm gonna just let this play for a little bit, man, because I got things I can do. I mean, I got things I gotta do today, man. So yeah, man. But salute to everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit the like, sub, share, and subscribe, man. Let's just get straight into it, man. I ain't come here for a long time, man. I just came here to come here, man, for a little bit, man. Let's go.
Black men and leadership. I am so tired of the unqualified Black man telling Black women how they are. You're not good followers. You won't follow the Black man. Well, did you forget in her teenage years that we followed you? We followed Black boys who didn't have plans, who hurt us, right? We get into high school and y'all still got a plan, right? That goes awry because you don't give a fuck about us, right? Nor do you qualify yourself, Black man, as a leader, because any military sends their leaders to school. Not too many Black men have schooled themselves in leadership. I mean, let's be honest. And I'm about to be real honest here. In our community, most Black men can't even live on their own, let alone survive on their own, as a leader should be able to do. Now, as much as I hear y'all talk about how the Black woman is a bad follower, let's just be honest. Black man, you
right now, y'all are listening to a young lady that goes by the name Miss Fee, man, and Miss Fondi Fee, man. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Y'all go follow her page too, man. She got some knowledge over there for sure. But I want to get y'all perspective, man, kind of see how you feel or think about what she's saying. Hope nobody gets offended that it does not pertain to, because a lot of times some people accept their own bow and arrow to the heart, I guess because they feel like they've done something, so but this doesn't go to every person, you know what I mean? If that person, if that form, if that does not fit you, you know what I mean, don't wear that costume, you know what I mean? But let's go.
Have been a bad leader. I mean, am I really supposed to let somebody with a 5th grade reading level lead me where? You can't lead me out of a brown paper bag, homeboy.
Salute to Mr. Jody.
You want to talk about leadership? Well, let's look at the Black community as is.
To you, man. Happy holidays.
Your leadership has gotten us where? As it stands. I mean, let's be honest, Black man. Let's be honest. Gay Black men have more rights than heterosexual Black men, and that's due to your leadership. Okay? The gay community got more protection faster than you did. Okay? Let's be honest. The Asian community has more legal protection than the American black man who's still screaming about being a leader with a 6th grade education and reading level. Most black men cannot help their children with their homework in elementary school, but you want to be a leader. Here's the problem. When a leader shows up, followers do too. Black men that have proved themselves to be leaders, even fucked up ones, have followers. Nature Boy, TKO Capone, Dr. York, good or bad, Dr. Sebi, Malcolm X, right? Dr. Huey P. Newton, Dr. Clark. I can go on and on and on and on about the black leaders, not entertainers, the black educators that try to further us as a people. But black man, let's be honest. On average, a whole bunch of y'all don't even have an education to stand on to be a leader.
Hey y'all, she's saying some factual shit here, right? Right. Is she hitting it on the mark right now? Y'all let me know, man. Let's go.
Bro.
Salute to Reba in the building. Salute, Reba. Good morning, good morning. Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
And let's be honest. And I know a lot of men are leaving because they believe, oh, Fee over there bashing men again. No, I'm not bashing you. I am making an honest assessment as to why you figure black women who have been misled from the beginning, following black men. Because brothers, y'all act like black women haven't killed their children for you. Can I get an amen? Can I get a share and a share alike? Because I'm shadow banned. That's why you haven't seen me. See, our brothers want to lead, but they don't want to listen. Because, see, your mama told you get your education, but you thought your mama was a lame. So it wasn't until the white man threw your ass in jail that you started actually reading, black man. Let's be honest. You started leading when your ass got incarcerated, because reading while you were in elementary school and junior high school and in high school was not important to you because destroying pussy was important. Ask us how we know, because y'all can run this bullshit ass game all you want to, but we were the girls that you were fucking over. You know, if you love me, you'll have sex with me. Is that part of the leadership? Is that part of the leadership? Because that part of the leadership has gotten black women right where the fuck they are, without a pot to piss in and a whole bunch of children to try to get out of the house. Because while y'all talk about black men being leaders, where were you when you got that girl pregnant and she told you she was pregnant? Because I know a lot of you leaders have upped off that money to destroy your own legacy. And no, there's not going to be any men in here to say anything or retort to me. Because right now I'm black man bashing. Although, when you say black women won't follow, is that not black woman bashing? Because you act like we don't have a choice to follow those whom we please. Come on, how many men loved us right out of our money? How many men loved us into black eyes?
Salute Coach Dude in the building. What's going on? Happy holidays, man.
How many men that we decided to follow destroyed our children? Because y'all act like black women aren't raped by you. We're raped physically, we're raped spiritually, and we're raped psychologically by black men. And not when we're grown. No. Y'all do your damage when we're still in single digits. And see, what you're not going to do is acknowledge that. And it's disingenuous. It's disingenuous because our men treat us with the same fucking disdain that white men treat us with. Let's be honest. We're usable. And we're usable in our most vulnerable state because y'all catch us when we don't even know ourselves. A lot of black men don't even give black girls time to grow up before they destroy them. And let's not act like that's not a statistic. Let's not act like that's not a statistic, black man. Because now, see, we're not being destroyed at work like our grandmothers were being raped by white men there. No. We're being destroyed in our own homes by you. And until that fact is acknowledged, I really think you're being fucking disingenuous. And quite frankly, you just want a blind motherfucking follower. You don't want a woman. Because I'm going to ask again, black man, if you have not supported yourself and yourself only for a goddamn year, ain't no way you gonna come in my house without leadership qualities like that and tell me what to do. Most of y'all don't move women into your homes. You move your trifling ass into hers.
I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. She talking some real shit right now. You know what I mean? Definitely sound like she has been around or experienced some of this buffoonery activity. And I will say, man, you know, the stories I have heard, man, a lot of that what she's saying applies to a lot of different things, especially dealing with that the victims that have you know, the R word, all that different stuff, man. We know that is a major thing in our community that is really kind of went out the window as far as being talked about. Not only just because it's hard for the victim to talk about it, but a lot of times there's a lot of people around that are participating in those activities. So it doesn't, it kind of just goes out the window. And then it's just kind of a never ending thing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the people that have been victimized in that situation, they're grooming up the next victims and predators. So, and hopefully, man, I'll be speaking with this lady soon and get her on the show, man, so we can, ask her some questions, man. Just kind of vibe out with her, man. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. And once again, happy holidays to everybody, man. Right? Happy holidays. Now, this is another mostly black woman panel right here that we about to listen to. This is it's about four ladies that all of their sons passed away due to all of them were rappers and they all passed away due to gun violence, in the rap community. And they came up on one panel. Pretty sure y'all know who I'm talking about. You got Mo3's mom, Lil Snoop's mom, FBGD's mom, and Tuka's mom. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna bring them up right here, man. Just catch a little drift of this, man, before I get out of here, man, because I'm doing about 30 minutes, man. Happy holidays to y'all once again. Perfect. Man. Happy holidays, man. Make sure y'all get out and help somebody today, man. Because that's what I'm about to do in a minute, man, is go check in and help give these turkeys away. And also, man, feed some homeless people, man, as well. Something I enjoy doing every year if I'm able to get around to do it. But let's take a look at this, man. Let's try to understand the depths of the pain of some of these mothers, man, that have went through some senseless death due to maybe the surroundings, the community, the rap community. I mean, who is to blame for this? You know what I mean? Who is to blame? And one thing I noticed about them, they all had, kind of like a backstory almost, if you would say, of things happening in their past, even before the situation with their sons, which is kind of wild too. They all basically had, like a sad story on when they were introduced to murder and things of that sort. And we know it runs kind of rapid in the community. Let's go ahead and play this, man. See how much we can get off.
Years. I know I'm getting old. And I've been documenting, y'all sons over the past 10 years. Every day I get up and I blog. And I do want to shout out Charleston White, Rainwater, for putting together a great event. But yeah, let's get started. How are y'all feeling mentally?
I'm fine. That's a prayer mass every day, Sean. When I, wake up and I pray that God keeps my mind in spite of everything that has happened in my life. I feel He's using me to deliver a message that needs to be said. So I I just thank God for my mind, my common sense, because you need it. You have to have a friend when dealing with things like this. So
My mentality is I would scramble. It's just like every time I try to take some time to grieve for me, then I'm faced with another challenge about Tuka. So, I mean, as far as me being a person and trying to deal with it on a daily basis, because now this have discombobulated my life in so many ways, but I'm dealing with it. That's all I can say. I'm just dealing with it. I'm just here.
Um, I would have to say that I'm full. I am very full. My Snoop birthday was just on June 13th, and his murder date was 7 days later on June the 20th. So this event is, around dealing with a lot of my emotions. However, I am still excited because I understand the purpose and I understand where I'm going with what I'm doing. So I'm also excited about this.
Right.
And it's funny that you mentioned the birthdays, and I just want to share like I've been, being real cool about having 5 death certificates and things like that. But today was today that I had my son Antonio, June 25th, 2007. And at the age of 2 months, he was accidentally suffocated by my nephew.
Dang, man, I didn't even know the mic was muted. All right, so look, check this out, man. We have a wide range on this panel, man. We have the attorney general, man. We have the judge there. We have the three ladies that lost their kids to senseless violence in the rap community, also, in the hood. But as you notice, as they pass the mic, they all have a story, right? They all have a story that kind of sounds the same from when they were first introduced to murder. You know what I'm saying? Not just death, but murder. You know what I'm saying? Or a senseless act that incorporated and had death in it. You know what I mean? And this could be, growing up in these strong environments like the hood, man. It can take you under. You see a lot of things. You see a lot of death. A lot of things happen all the time. So, of course, they're all gonna have a story, man. And salute to these ladies for having the courage to come up here, man. Some people might say, hey, they got paid for this or whatever. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they should get paid. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, time is everything, right? Time is everything. Anytime you give your time to something, you know what I mean? You're paying it forward already, and you don't even know what the return is on it. And some of these people still have families to feed, man. I know it was a big commotion about getting these 4 ladies together. Right now, you don't see Mo3's mom, but she will be in the building in a minute. But I know it was a big commotion about it, and I don't know why. Every time we get together, got to be some drama, man. I'm talking about drama and disrespect to a full extent. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't need it to be seen. But let's get back into the video, man.
And today is his birthday. So he would have been 15 years old today. And I just want to just say, God is really using me. This is such a wonderful event that was put together in at a time like this. Because I just realized today that it was my son's birthday. So
Sorry about that. Judge Alex Kim, uh, we have him on the platform right now. Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Alex Kim. I am a district judge for the 323rd District Court. It's a family court, but that is the designated juvenile court for Tarrant County, Texas. There's only 9 courts that are specialized in juvenile courts in Texas, and they're all in the urban areas. And I'm the only one in Tarrant County. So we handle all the stuff when children are arrested for offenses when they're at least 10 years old, but under 17. So once you're 17 in Texas, you go into the adult system.
Now you got
Before
Mo3
we
mom that
finish
just
our
walked in just now. I think she had to go to a funeral that day or something like that. And I think this was back in like June. I think this was like back in June. So this is four ladies, man, showing their perspective. I think the name of this documentary is Murder Changed Me, right? Yeah, four ladies showing their perspective, man, on exactly how it was to deal with act of violence such as that, as a murder to one of their kids, right? And also, man, something that plays a major toll in this, man, and we don't want to just ignore it, is the rap culture aspect of it, right? Like all of them were rappers. They all had that in common. So, man, let's keep checking it out.
interview, I want to introduce Mo3's mom. This guy here. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's your mental like right now?
Well, I take it one day at a time. Just take it one day at a time.
Man,
Oh,
he
let
looked
me
just like
turn
her.
around so she can get y'all can see her. What's your mental like right now? Sorry.
But like I said, I just take it one day at a time. I have good days, bad days.
Mhm.
But you gotta keep doing it.
Right.
I've had
Happy you're here
my
today.
good
I'm sorry
days
y'all was late. Y'all know.
It's all good.
and my bad
It's all
days.
good. Well, I thank you for
I
coming, and
can't
we're gonna have a great
complain.
conversation today. Thank you. Give her a round of applause, please. So Alex Kim, what do you see on a day to day?
Well, so when I said I'm the only juvenile judge, all the urban counties have multiple. The way we do in Tarrant is it creates consistency. A lot of times when you have different juvenile judges, each judge is different. And so the children, the youths that are going through the juvenile justice system, they have different experiences. In Tarrant County, we feel like it's better that you have one consistent role as a judge. So all the children coming through our juvenile justice system have a consistent, they're consistent in their expectations on how they act in the community, how they act on probation, what you can, the attorneys can expect when you, if you go to trial or when you're in court. So the more minor offenses, all the misdemeanors and the low-level felonies, I have two associate judges that work for me and handle those. When you get to the district judge, to myself, these are the most severe offenses that we see: the capital murders, the aggravated robberies, the sexual assault cases, all the things that are kind of the worst of the worst. That's what my day to day is. So when you imagine all the criminal things that you see in our criminal justice system, the things that shock the conscience, those fall upon my shoulders, and my associate judges handle kind of the low level, um, the weed in school, the vape pens, the taking a car, things like that. So my job is pretty dark sometimes, and some days it's bright and shining. Every day is just a day by day. You do what you can and make the best decision that you can.
Right. I see online where a lot of people in the judicial system, they like to blame rap music on, a lot of things that are going on. Um, how influential do you think rap music is to what you see on the day to day?
Okay, so that's kind of a loaded question, all right? It's very general. So more generally,
They don't really want
rap
to answer
music
that
in
question.
general, I don't think it makes a difference,
Mm.
right? I think there is what not just myself as social scientists, also call rap culture, right? And I think there's an element of what considered rap culture of a glorification of certain kind of lifestyle. But that is going to be the same with whether you have called a church culture, a chess club culture, or whatever activity that you want to choose. There's going to be some kind of culture associated with that. Now, generally speaking, I think there is kind of this persona that we see consistently in rap music videos and what I see on YouTube or when I was growing up. Um, I'm kind of old school, but I remember growing up listening to, I was a West Coast guy back in the 80s, right? More specifically in Tarrant County, there is a serious problem within the rap community in Tarrant County. There's a lot of
Now look, man, he don't really want to answer the question, man. He's trying to be all politically correct and everything, and I get it, man. He's a damn judge, man. Shit, at the end of the day, he worked for them. You know what I'm saying? He worked for them, really, and not really for the people, if you want to be frank with it. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing with everything that he's saying. You can't even equate or relate you know, the church community to the rap community culture, man. First of all, the rap, a lot of the rap music that they're putting out there, and this is all by design that they're putting it out there, is the reason why you see this violent rap culture. There's a lot of rappers that are out there. They're not getting selected. They're not getting the chance to even display their music or at a major, I'm gonna say at a major level, because these different record companies and people that are over the industry would not want to select those people up there because they don't want that type of stuff to go in the ears of the youngsters, right? They don't want that. They want the you know what I mean, the drilling and a lot of this, a lot of these women you see up here on the panel, unfortunately their kids were murdered due to a lot of this drill music, right? So what we're talking about today is the majority of the rap culture that is blasted on the radio, that is, you know what I mean, doing the best, is a lot of rap music that is definitely filled with violence, hatred, all of that. So like, I mean, just to get straight to the point, because I know he's kind of going around it, he's like dancing around it with them boots on, and he's not focusing on what exactly it is. And we must say, at least I believe, that the full rap, not the full, but a major majority of the rap culture that we see and that is displayed to us on TV is a violent culture. Let's just be real. And that's all I'm gonna say. Let's go.
There's a lot. Social media has a lot to do with this. Social media during COVID, when children couldn't interact with each other, and they're basically throwing shade on Instagram and escalating things. And within that community in Tarrant County, that has become a huge problem. I don't know if y'all remember what was called the Mother's Day Massacre, where over a dozen people were shot at a park in Tarrant County on Mother's Day. It was supposed to be a celebration during COVID of, you know, the lockdown happened in March. A couple months later, let's get the community together, kids together, and just have a good time. And then people showed up with AR-15s and started shooting. That stems back to two different people, or two different kind of rap cliques that were going at each other over Instagram. So in Tarrant County, we've manifested a problem that's not indicative of rap music as a whole, but within the subculture in our community, and especially the corner of Tarrant County, yeah, it's a huge problem.
Man, and just to be real, man, because I know them those record labels and everything is in your pocket and everything, but just to be real, man, man, that's all over America, man. All over America, man. Rap is uh at least 75 to 85% pumped, filled with violence and doing drugs, man. And like, I know a lot of people, they want to say, you know what I mean, nah, man, rap don't have the influence on the man. Yes it does, man. Yes it does, man. It showed it. It's proven itself. In the 90s it was hiding it a little bit. 2000s it was showing that it was hooked on drugs a little bit, you know what I'm saying. 2000s and 20s is when it started showing you face to face that, look, man, I will kill you, I want to kill you, I want to kill you, I want to kill you, I'm finna shoot you in, and then the disrespect, I'm gonna shoot you in your mama, and all of that. So all of that goes into play. Yeah, let's go, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
I want to ask the mothers, what is murder? What is it? What does it look like to you? What is it? Um, I'm sorry, but just the
How has it changed?
how has it changed you? What? Sorry, it's kind of hard to ask this, but it's just like what's the feeling going through that, seeing it day to day? Like she spoke on, you know, social media and stuff like that.
Well, nobody wants to wake up. I don't think nobody goes to sleep to wake up to see the stuff that we see on the internet. Like for me, like I grew up in one of the hardcore projects that were ever built, and that was the Ida B. Well um, low housing complex. Um, and the thing about us, we were really family. When a village takes a village, we were like the true saying of that because we still had big mamas, you know, we still had neighbors looking out for each other. It was like, and when they convinced a lot of us, like, y'all should move in the city, it sounded good at the time. But when you look at it now, it's kind of like it messed up what we were trying to build because everybody is so separated. So it's like you got to be.
She's making a key point, man. She making a key point. I remember, man, where it was the economics, it was the system, it was the music, it was the drug, all of that. And then they tried to push you out from where you was at, right? Try to push you out from where you was at via raising the tax prices up. They knew they could push the people out that was in the products. I mean, in the projects, of course, because they didn't own none of that shit anyway, right? So it's like, shit, we ain't gonna come fix they shit. We ain't finna come. We finna split them up, get them out of there. That land over there that they are on with something there that we want, or we want to build over there. We claim we want to clean it up, but she's telling you, you know, back in the day, it was more so. At least when she was growing up, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of looked out for each other, man. So that was one of the first strategic ways that they did is to, you know what I mean, break all that shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? They break that up, you know what I mean? And they offer them, man, move uptown, move into the city. You could be closer to this, closer to that. So, you know, that's kind of like the beginning of where it kind of went wrong, right? It kind of went wrong. So you'll have situations like this where, you know, and some of, because a lot of people will say, you know what I mean, the hood is bad, the project is bad, but no, like back in the day, it was more of a family situation, right? So everybody looked out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't nobody come over there from somewhere else and thinking they gonna get something off on, you know what I mean? Even you had to be careful on, you know, going and visiting a girl back then because you ain't know, like, hey, you know what I mean? The older brothers that was in the community was not letting you take the girl out the community to somewhere else. Now they still kind of do that to this day, kind of, but it's in a whole different type of way though. Salute to Queen Lakers in the building. Salute Queen Lakers. How you doing? How you doing?
Perfect.
Be on this side and you got to be on this side.
Queen Lakers, you
But
changed your
all
name
the
again.
parents
Now
grew
you
up
are the
together
Bling
under
Queen.
this structure
Went for Kobe Bryant.
of it takes a
Hold on,
village
it
to
was
raise a
Queen
child.
Lakers. It was the Lakers
Um,
throne or something like that. No Kobe
it
Bryant.
changed me a lot because
Queen
for me, it's
Lakers
I
and
know
Bling
me
Queen.
being
All right,
God
I'm
fearing
rocking
and
with the
He's the
Bling Queen.
creator.
I think that was
Anything born has to leave one day. So how I deal with it, knowing His word and how it's brought up, you never know. It's a difference between dying and passing versus being murdered. Okay, because we could know someone is sick and expecting them to pass on, but your child leaving out the house, going to the store, and somebody sees somebody that they want to kill in front of the store, and because he or she was doing something that his mom told him to do, he lost his life because it's always the innocent ones. It's always the ones who didn't cause the conflict that's suffering from it. So it's like it changed me a lot. It made me more open because I'm used to people dying. And that's sad to say. It's like I prepare myself every day to expect to hear that I done lost one of my loved ones because over the last 15 years. That's mainly what I've been dealing with. So people say I'm strength. People
You in
say
the
I'm
building,
strong.
Lakers. You in
I
the
don't
building.
know where it come from. My faith has a lot to do with me waking up every morning to even wash my face. Okay, this is how hard it gets for me. So, and that is a goal for me. You know, it changed me a lot. I may lost 5 children, but my mom used to always say, "Y'all gonna bury me. I'm not burying none of y'all." And she, unfortunately, she passed the way she said she wanted to pass. All my brothers and sisters are still here, but my 5 remaining kids have lost 5 of their brothers and sisters. And as a brother and sister, I couldn't imagine going through losing that many of my siblings. So it changed me a lot. It changed me to want to change the world. If I can use my story to make somebody just take a second and think and can look at me and say, this woman had been through all this and she still managed to smile. Yes, because my
Lakers, what you think about what's being said? Chime in. Let us know what you thinking. How you doing, by the way?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. You know that. Like, you know, I'm like, whoa, what made you talk about this today, True? You know, like, I don't even celebrate holidays, but today hard for me because it's my first year without my mom and my husband.
Right.
And I lost my husband to gun violence, you know. But I don't know. Like, everybody says about me, they're like, oh, you so strong, you so this, you so that. But I'm like her. You don't know how hard it is some days to just get up and still just go on, just period. I don't even know how she lost. I got 5 kids I gave birth to and 5 kids I took in. And I can't even imagine losing 5 of them and like she said, it's different to watch somebody die and know they dying than to somebody else, for somebody else to take their life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if any of her kids, and I don't know how this feel, but I don't know how it feel for your loved one case to go unsolved. You know what I'm saying? To wonder like how to get justice for that person that took your loved one from you. I don't know how that feels because my husband's killer is gone like he is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that part feel. You know what I'm saying? But it does hurt different when somebody takes somebody from you than if they just naturally die. It does cut different, a whole lot different. But I didn't need that experience to make me value life though or care about life. I cared about it before then. Um it kind of it didn't I don't know, it made me like not like it made me reevaluate what I do for a career. I can tell you that though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna talk about it though, but it made me think about it. Like defending people who take other people's lives. Like it made me look at that differently after that.
Yeah, I always felt like you gotta be a special person to be in that type of industry. You know what I'm saying? Like I always felt that way. Cause I mean, of course, you see a lot of things, and then because of what you're doing, I mean, sometimes they might even tell you the truth about what really happened, and then it's like, but you're still pleading not guilty. You know what I mean? And it's like then you have to defend that person. But that's when you take things and you look at things according to how they're going to be treating them as far as according to the law. You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
like the moral part kind of got, you know what I mean? The moral part probably still gets to people, but like you're still defending them against the system. You know what I mean? So you're trying to find the best result for them, not the one they're trying to hand them. You know what I mean? At first.
And you know what? And remember I told you that's not my most lucrative job that I have And that's the reason why, because I have morals behind, I have stipulations behind when I would defend somebody. You know what I'm saying? I won't defend you if you touched a child or you took something from a woman or a child. You know what I'm saying? If you violated another human, I won't touch you. You know what I'm saying? I won't defend you. And also, if you actually went out and just killed somebody and you did it without it being like, okay, we didn't used to have a self defense law in Ohio. Okay, so we had self defense cases, but it was no law for it. We just got it a couple of years ago where you can stand your ground. Okay, so I would defend you if if it actually you had no choice but to do this to this other person. You know what I'm saying? If you defending yourself, I don't look at it like you killed somebody. You did it, but you did it in self defense. You know what I'm saying? You had no other choice. I never defend actual just somebody that will just gun somebody down. You know what I'm saying? I never, and that's why that was not my lucrative business, because I didn't take anybody case just because it was a case. You know what I'm saying? I had standards to what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, hold on. Tell us real quick, around Thanksgiving time, man, just to bring like some positive into something that, that has affected you. Like, how did Thanksgiving look like 5 years ago for you? I know you don't celebrate holidays, but like, of course, I think some of your family probably does, but
Rather I celebrate it not right. My family does. My mom did, and it's crazy. My husband did, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't. And so me and Alex was just talking about this yesterday. That my mom, even the last year she lived, she cooked. You know what I'm saying? She cooked every holiday. When my grandma was alive, it was my grandma's house. Then my grandma passed, and my aunt passed. It was my mom's house that all our family got together at. And I remember the first year without my dad, and I thought that was hard for me. And actually, in life, me and my dad was way closer than me and my mom. At least I thought. I'm gonna say that. But I don't know what it is about losing your mom cut a little different. Even though me and my dad had like the most wonderful relationship in the world, me and my mom is nowhere close as me and my dad was. But I guess I don't know. I guess you expect a mother to always be there. So and I thought like this time of the year it wasn't going to bother me because I never celebrate holidays, but we still was always at my parents' house, at my mom's house. You know what I'm saying? Where I grew up at. We always was there every holiday, whether I celebrated or not. I still went there because I knew all my family was going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And so this my first year without my husband that I was with for 38 years without my husband and my mom. And so even though I don't celebrate it, I just don't. We not getting together like my daughter and them cooking and stuff, but and the kids would all be over there, but they know I won't be there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going. And they understand that. But it's just different when you don't have, whether you celebrate the holidays or not. It's just a time of the year that people believe they get to gather together. So it was just a big thing that my family got together. All my family got together on this day that stays in Cleveland. We in Ohio, period. Just so yeah. And then every once in a while, like our family would come in from out of town. Most of the time they come in out of town for Christmas. So it is, if whether you, like I said, whether you celebrate the holidays or not, it does feel different than not having your family. Like it just make you think about like all the times and all the things y'all did together. You know.
Right. All right, look, we about to hold on. Let's watch a little bit more of this. I'm gonna be right back. So if somebody comes in or something, hold it down for me, but I'm gonna let it play. Hopefully this joint won't, like, because every time I always leave, then it gets hit for something. So hopefully I'm claiming. Yeah. All right.
Faith is oriented like that. It's like that. Okay. So yeah. So it changed me a lot. It did.
Thank you.
Murder changed me because my mama was murdered. Somebody poisoned my mama. So when my mama passed, I'm my only child. Watch my where my struggle every day. My mama was the only child of losing her only child. So me losing my mama at an early age, all I knew how to do was be a parent to mass. And I always, even about their life insurance policy, they crack jokes, I'm gonna kill you to get your money. My kids crack jokes like that and stuff, whatever. But when I lost my mama, I got my kids prepared to bury me. I never, not once, could imagine me have to bury one of my kids. Because in my generation, growing up, that's just one common. To see my kids go through that hurt, I lost them. I lost my oldest son because he didn't know how to deal.
It's cool. Take your time. Take your time.
I just knew I was doing the right thing. I just knew we could be able to get through it as a family. I didn't have the resources to get out there and get them help for grief, to deal with the loss of a sibling. I never experienced that. I experienced what it felt like to lose a mama. I didn't have the necessary tools to get out there and get counseling for my kids because I just knew we are praying family. We can get through this. I just knew I had it all together. But my son, my oldest son, Devon, he say he had to be shackled up to see his baby brother the last time. He couldn't hug his brother. My son didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to his brother. So he retaliated the only way he know how. The street. My kids were raised up in those streets. They came from a loving home with a single working mama, but I always made it happen for them no matter what. Let them know no matter what struggle we go through, we got each other. Y'all don't got to do it by yourself. I'm going to be right here with y'all, whether it's good, bad, whatever. I'm going to be our biggest supporter.
Lakers, and one thing I want to pause it real quick. One thing that she mentioned that I think is pretty vital, because I think like the three other ladies, they probably speak differently, right? She said her kid was not raised in the street, so she said they came from a loving home, and man, you have the majority of the panel. They say they was kind of in the project, but still it was a loving home for FBG mother, what she said from where she first came from. And I mean, what do you think about that? What she was saying, where basically that he went to the streets out of a situation that he saw. What you think about that, Lakers?
You don't remember me telling you that truth about a lot of the young kids I defend and gang members and stuff? Remember I told you most of them got a mother and a father and come from good homes? Remember I was telling you about that?
Yeah. I want you to elaborate on it.
Yeah, so a lot of these gang members, like everybody think that they come from broken homes, ain't no daddies in the homes, they live the project life, or and people have to realize a lot of people that live in the projects, and remember I heard this one made me want to come up here with you when you was talking about growing up in the projects back in the days. I had cousins that stayed there. So, by me living in the suburbs, I wanted to hang out where it was different. Okay, like I grew up around a lot of people that was not black like me. You know what I'm saying? So if I wanted to hang around people that was like me, I stayed over my cousin's house a lot.
Explain
You know,
to the people real quick. When you say not black like you, like just so people kind of know exactly where you come from. Like they ain't gonna. I don't think it's gonna offend anybody or anything, but let them know exactly what you're saying.
I grew up in a very prestigious lifestyle. You know, I grew up with a lot of white people. You know what I'm saying? And then my dad is biracial, so you know, I grew up around a lot of white people. You know what I'm saying? So on my dad's side, and then like where we lived at, it was nothing but, you know, rich white people. You know what I'm saying? Doctors, lawyers, pilots, entertainers. You know what I'm saying? So athletes. You know, so I didn't see a lot of us coming up that was like, you know, just average people, you know, I'm gonna say everybody average, but you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't all, you know, they cared about. I don't know how to explain it, but it just was rich white people and rich black people, you know, but it was very few black people. It was mostly white people and white, Asian, and what's the other one, in like India, you know, like from overseas, you know, like Arabic India, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to hang around just regular, you know, black people like my cousins and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Just people that didn't care about, you know, what car they drove or what house they lived in, you know, just down to earth people. So I spent a lot of, like, me and my cousins was real close. So I always was at their house, and they grew up in the projects. And it was like you said, it was like family back then. You know what I'm saying? Even where I grew up in the suburb, it was like family, but it was a different kind of family. You know what I'm saying? But that, and I love the projects. You know what I'm saying? I love hanging out there. I love the unity they had. It was not how it's killing down in the hoods and stuff like that. Like now, it wasn't like that back in the day. Not back in the 60s and the 70s. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Or the early 80s. But back to what his mom was saying about her kids, she went out and worked and this and that. She didn't say it was a father in the home, but still, a lot of kids that turns to gangs. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this coming from a well, you know, provider for a home, and both parents in a home, and both parents successful, and generations of, you know, being financially free. You know what I'm saying? Never being had to be on government assistance. Both parents work, grandparents work, had nice things on both sides or whatever. A lot of kids that come from, you feel like you missing something. You know what I'm saying? And their way of life is different than what you grew up to have. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that attracted to that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I got in trouble as a, you know, as a young adult. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out with my cousins and them that's in jail now and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it looks different to you. So, you know, and I ain't gonna lie, my days the fuss was like, oh, what make you want to hang out with those losers? You know, I was like, you know, I ain't want to hear that garbage, you know, but it's attractive. And so, and you know, and then so when I went in that line of work, those was the kind of kids and young adults I gravitated to. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew the system was gonna knock them around. You know what I'm saying? Remember I said I realized, I said, man, you wouldn't believe all the kids that's out here gang banging come from. I said they parents being there crying to me. You know, they got a mama, they got a daddy. They parents work. Remember I was saying how I put them on a payment plan so they can pay for their child's defense because you know what I'm saying, they worked. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't in the projects. They was none of that. You know what I'm. And if they was, a lot of people that stay in the projects stay there because they can pay according to their income. You know what I'm saying? And they might both work and go out and take care of business, but they might make like maybe $40,000-$50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? And to be in a house and pay a house note, that's kind of pricey. So, you know, a lot of people that grew up in the projects, sometimes both parents there and both parents work. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, to stay in subsidized housing is better for, you know, make it better for you to be able to provide better things for your children. So that's why some people stay in subsidized housing. You know what I'm saying? They just because they're on welfare and can't afford, you know, to not pay rent and something like that. A lot of people that stay in public housing not, you know, on welfare. A lot of them work, and you know what I'm saying, to take care of their children, go out and handle their business, you know. But that life is attractive. The streets is attractive to kids that come from nice homes. It's very attractive. I have seen it for years.
And
You know,
that's you know, it's kind of like kind of different to even think about that because
I'm gonna say this real quick. It's kind of opposite than what they pushing in this rap. You know, you think everybody in the hood or gangbangers all come from crack parents or parents that sold drugs or was in the street previously. You know what I'm saying? So they got it from home and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or they had it so bad at home they had to turn to the streets. It's totally opposite what people push out here, that these gangbangers and these kids is out here killing other kids and doing this stuff. You know that everybody come from a bad and a broken home. It's totally opposite than what this culture or this world is pushing.
So does it I mean, where do you think a lot of the glorification is coming from? I mean, I think like your glorification came from you wanting to hang around them back then because of the family atmosphere that was given, you know what I mean? Like the closeness, the protecting each other. You know, you liked hanging around them because of just kind of like the family influence. And we know like now, I'm not saying the family influence probably ain't the same, but like you know, the glorification of going to the project, living in the trap and all that is kind of glorified in rap music like a little bit differently, man. And like I think like different things are going on in the projects now though than like you said back then. So it was different when you was coming through. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I don't think it was the same as it is now.
It's nowhere near. I done been to the project now compared to back then, and it's nowhere near the same. Okay, like this, and I'm gonna say this: when I go visit my family, say the projects now, I never felt the need to pull up by the door, like right by the door, and make sure I got my strap out, and the safety's off, and there's one in the chamber. I never felt like that in the projects back then, like I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm wondering, like when I get out, is somebody gonna hit me over the head, or is it gonna be a drive-by going on, or somebody gonna be robbing somebody and I'm gonna see it, or killing somebody, I'm gonna be a witness to it, or the cops gonna run up and raid. You know, it's nothing like it is now compared to back then. It's totally opposite. But I'm not gonna say the reason I went because of the family, because like my family always been close. You know what I'm saying? We always been close. It was like, the kids and stuff and the young adults that live where I lived at was not the same as where my cousin, you know what I'm saying? The closeness between the kids and how we had each other back and stuff like that, the things we did. Like, okay, like when I played basketball and hung and did sports out there where I lived at, it was totally different than when I did it, in the hood with my cousins and them. It just felt different. And I'm just going to say this, and I'm not racist by far. It just felt different to be with your own kind than be with another race. It just feels different. You know what I'm saying? It feels more real. You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes people of another culture can't, relate to how we feel and what we thinking and what we going through, because a lot of them don't know how to feel or walk in the room where it's only you of that one race and everybody staring at you and you wondering what they thinking. You know what I'm saying? Or just being, discriminated against because of your color. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why it felt better to hang with my own kind than than the kids where I grew up at.
And I think, good point, by the way. And I think that a lot of times, like, especially in today's projects, or I say probably like 10, 15 years ago, you had to grow up fast around there, man. Because first of all, you didn't know what, you know what I mean? You had to identify what a predator was, you know what I'm saying? At that point in time, whether it was, somebody from somewhere else trying to do something to you, or even somebody in your own community. So you had to think a little bit faster, man. You had to grow up a little bit faster. And that attracts a lot of other kids that are in maybe the suburban area, right? They see their friend doing some grown up stuff, but not knowing that they young friend had to grow up quick because of the type of environment they were around, right? Because a kid should be able to have the chance, afforded the chance, man, to just be a kid. You understand what I'm saying? They shouldn't have to worry about, ducking, dodging, running from this person, you know what I'm saying? And I think that is looked at by another person in another community. And they like, man, they get to do whatever they want to. They can stay up all night, you know what I'm saying? They get to walk to the store. And that attracts somebody who, who's they living kind of like, you know, just in the kid lifestyle, and they seeing their friend doing that, and they like, man, I like going over there because I can kind of do what I want to over there. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
Yeah, exactly. And it is just like now, kids grow up way faster than I did when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I got to be a kid when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had to worry about, okay, let me say this. I still was a latchkey kid coming up because both of my parents had careers. You know what I'm saying? But it's different being a latchkey kid when I was a kid than compared to being now. Because sometimes these kids got to grow up fast now because sometimes the mama young, the mama's still out. You know, I'm gonna say this, and this is what I don't like. I see like now, whereas my grandkids, I take them to school, you know, every morning, drop them off, pick them up. I be looking, and I see like 4 and 5 and 6. I'm gonna say kids under 10 years old walking to school early in the morning where it's still dark outside. You know what I'm saying? Or up at, you know, you see them in the store buying microwave food with the food stamp card, you know, and they got to go, and they got, and the oldest one might be like 10 or 8, and the other one underneath them like 5, and the other one underneath like 2, and they got to go to the store and get microwavable stuff or them noodles in the pack, go home and cook because mom out kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Or mom was in the club all night long, so she didn't even get up in the morning, you know, to take care of the kids or whatever. So nowadays, or the mom still having babies with the kids having babies, you know what I'm saying? So nowadays, yeah, you're right. They got to grow up a lot faster than kids had to grow up when I was a kid, a whole lot faster because, like nowadays, a lot of parents ain't taking on the responsibility they supposed to be taking on. Or I'm gonna just say that parenting nowadays is way different than parenting when I was coming up.
Now explain that term that you dropped because I remember my mom used to always say that. Explain that term of the latchkey kid, like, so for people that might not have an understanding of what that is.
You're a latchkey kid because no parent is at home, so you got that key tied around your neck on on a piece of yarn or a shoestring, and you come home and I'm gonna say how my mom did it. Like she always cooked dinner before she went in to work or the office or whatever. She always had dinner ready, and it was either in the refrigerator, so or either it was in the crock pot still cooking, and she would write, it would be a note on the refrigerator that I knew I had it when I came home from school. I had to come in, unlock the door with my little key, and you know, my brother's way older than me, so my brother's off at school, you know, when I was coming up. And I come in and I knew to take my dinner, you know, out the refrigerator, warm it up, fix it, you know, and to do my schoolwork, you know, and whatever, cause they got home around by like 6 o'clock in the evening, you know. So I knew to come in and do what I supposed to do, you know, if I got home before them, because sometimes I might have had a game or you know, or practice, whatever, and I didn't make it in before them, you know. So, but yeah, a latchkey kid is a kid they got that key, and if you got younger siblings, you know, you got to pick one. Like I had some cousins I used to go get, and we come to my house afterwards because they mom used to work with my mom, you know. So we would all go to my house, and you know, I fix their food, and we all sit down eat. I make sure they did their homework, you know, and we did whatever we had to do by the time our parents got there.
Because I think that term, man, I remember my mom used to say that. She used to be like, y'all almost some latchkey kids. And she used to say, if something happened to somebody else, she'd be like, yeah, they some latchkey kids or whatever. But hold on, we gonna get back into this video, man. Y'all looking at on it, we got Queen Lakers up here, man. This is you know, I would say the Thursday that people reference to as being Thanksgiving, man. Y'all know the history all behind Thanksgiving, man. You know how that was forged upon us, but we don't have to go into that. I think there's some other deep underlining issues that are more effectively dealt with than, you know, the Thanksgiving and the Native American Indians and the Pilgrims and all that, you know, turkey stuff. But we're looking at on the panel, man, on the furthest left on your screen. I think it's on everybody's screen. It's Mo3's mom. Then you have FBGD Duck mom, and then you have Tuka's mom, and then you have Lil Snoop mom. They're all moms of rappers, man, moms of murdered sons that died, unfortunately, man, to senseless murder while they were in the field and profession of rap, man. And we're trying to understand the rap culture, and how can this affect people as far as mothers of rappers in the future, or just mothers period of young men that are possibly either influenced by rap or even this type of culture or lifestyle. And we know rap is it's closely tied with a lot of street sensibility and street laws and rules. So we're just trying to get an understanding of what's going on. I'm gonna probably be in here for a few more minutes and then probably touch on something else later. But I definitely want to, try to understand what we can, get from this. What can we get an understanding of? What can we kind of grasp? They have the judge there that is a judge there in Texas. And I think like a district attorney of the Caucasian lady there as well, sitting next to Mo3's mom. And look, Mo3 is every bit of his mom, man, because they look alike. I ain't lying. They definitely look alike, man. I ain't even gonna front. They definitely look alike.
Bree looks just like his mother, don't he? Oh my goodness gracious.
Make you almost think she had him on her
on her own. Ain't that crazy?
Man,
but you know what I hate people say that they moms don't have no right to feel hurt because they son talked about killing people and they made other people, they sons made other mamas cry. So oh well, I don't like that. What I'm saying, no matter what somebody did in this world, don't nobody still deserve, like it still hurts, period. I don't know how people like so selfish to think like they parents don't have no right to be hurt or care because, and especially talk about 3 Mom, how dare her care about, he really rapped about stepping on people and doing this and doing that. She ain't cared about nobody else mama that her son make their mama cry. It's crazy how people so just selfish in this world, don't care about how nobody else feel about things.
And everybody knows the type of love that a mom has is usually a common one that a mother has. It is forgiving. It is agape. It is, it no matter what the son does, they still got his back. Now it is some moms they're gonna be like, nah, I ain't riding with you on this one. But some love, especially Black mothers, man, the love that they have for their child, for their sons, for their kids. You know what I mean? Shoot, man, it don't matter what they do, and that's vice versa on either side of the one that did the shooting or the one that got killed, and then later on, whatever, man, they love their kids no matter what. So like at the end of the day, it's still a loss regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Especially Black mothers and Black boys, men or whatever. You ain't lying. That love between a mother and a son is like, it's just a bond. The same way with daddies and girls. But what I was going to say, you said something that I was going to speak on. Oh, you know what? If you ever look at sometimes a lot of cases, this is what I'm going to speak on. It'd be like the killer mother in court and then the mother of the victim in court. You ever seen like where the killer mom go over and apologize and hug the mother that lost the son? That just to show you that she hurting too. Like the mothers is innocent. You know what I'm saying? In these whole situations. And those mothers feel that of those sons, and because I have seen this too, mothers of those sons that does the murdering feels just as bad, if not worse, than the mother that lost their child. Because now this mama feel bad and guilty that her son hurted another mother. You know what I'm saying? Them mamas feel bad and guilty, and they mad because they glad they child is still here, but at the same time, they mad that they child took another child's life to where this mama is hurting and grieving. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the moms are all innocent. You know what I'm saying? And the moms of those kids that kill other kids, or other men or whatever, they hurt just as bad. They do, and they be sorry.
Why you ain't change your picture to this one, man? I'm still working on this one though. I think this one looks pretty good. You don't think so?
I had that picture.
Not like this. Not like
you ain't gave it to me. You ain't sent it to me.
Yeah, I'm still working on all that stuff. I got. Yeah. I'm trying to make it astronomical. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit more of the. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this before I get on up out of here. I gotta go help out, man. Yeah, let me play a little bit more of this, and then we'll end it off on you know what I mean, kind of what we grasp from some of these snippets. Let's go.
Come home from the little boot camp. Somebody got in his ear. Oh yeah, we know who did this to your brother who walked around. He don't know if it's true or not. He just here, something that do with his brother. He went up and shot a whole park up. Police had shot my
That's
son.
crazy.
It was an off-duty police officer in the park when it happened. Shot my son. I just knew I had lost another son. But behind that, they tried to sentence my son to 35 years for that. And because the people from boot camp knew what I was going through, they helped me get a lawyer. So instead of 35 years, my son ended up serving 7 years. But the crazy part is when I went to jail, and I never knew my kids even had this type of mentality, because like I say, we are praying family. We don't, none of that. I go see him, I said, Devon, you promised me that you was going to let me and God get justice for your brother. I said, so now, me and your sister just happy about our
Whew, man, it's a lot of stuff that ties into that, y'all. Like, man, I mean, we even deal with and we was just talking about how the black mom loves their kid, man. And you even have the scenario into which that, and we talked about this before, that my baby ain't never hurt nobody, but he still, you know what I'm saying? So you even have that mentality where you'll see kind of like a blind eye, you know what I mean, or they don't know, or like because they love their child so much they can't see them doing nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? And that's another segue, a whole nother rabbit hole to look into as well, because some people just don't want to see their kids doing nothing.
You ain't never that. Remember talking about that one lady I told you she fired me and cussed me out because I kept telling her she didn't want to believe her son was guilty. Remember I told you about that? Man, she called me every name in the book. I was a sellout and everything else. But man, it's hard. Man, the mamas that believe they childs are these Jesus Christ is out here in the streets because they might be Jesus at home. They not Jesus when they leave outside that door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't care what evidence you got. I don't care if it come out their own child's mouth.
It
Oh,
could
you
be
didn't do it.
video. It could be a video. It could be everything. And a lot of times that stems from that either that the daddy of the child done did wrong, the daddy ain't with him no more, the daddy left, you know what I'm saying? And then they create this bond of he's my man now, the son is my man now. And this happens, y'all. Like, don't think this ain't happening. This is an unconscious thought or a conscious thought that they know is going on, but they act like that boy is they boyfriend, not maybe so much in a physical way, but like mentally he is the one that is doing the providing and everything for him. So they'll turn a blind eye to any of those things. And like you said, you could show them straight up evidence and they would not believe that their kid did that. And I get it. The majority of the time that you have known them, right? Like they have not showed you any of that. You understand? So for how dare this person that claims they got him on tape and you know what I'm saying, and has the evidence say that my child is like that. I know him. You don't know him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, then you have the clashing of the heads with that. So it's a whole mental thing like that has to be unpacked with all of this. We can't just look at, the little part, and I'm not saying the little part, but it's a small percentage of a person's life, right? It's just a small that in which that a murder happened, right? There is other things in this backfield, right? There's other things in the backfield.
It's a whole domino effect.
Man, I'm
The
telling you.
dominoes fall 100 different ways. People just don't understand. It's not just cut, dry, black and white. He did the killing and is the person that's died. It's not just that simple. It's a whole lot of people that got touched. I mean, a lot of people that got touched 100 different ways from that incident.
Right. There's a lot of people that surrounded that situation. it's a lot of people that brought the whole play into it to where it reached where it happens the way it does. There's a lot of stuff that happened in these ladies' lives, right? That had a lot to do with the way they raise their kids, right? Because that is an important aspect of a lot of this, right? Um, there's mothers and stuff and fathers, you know what I mean, that have raised their kids the best way they know how, you know what I mean, and then one mistake can happen. I have a cousin, man. I have a cousin, uh, and it's just happened the other day. He just killed his father, and I don't know the details. I don't know the details. He's only 17 years old. Young man. His name is Barack. Very studious, smart kid. Every time he would come to the house, very smart, man. They raised him up to, you know what I mean, quote unquote, be a black king, instill different values in him. I grew up with his mom. His mom is my first cousin. I think, yeah, first cousin, second cousin. And they instilled great values, man, and virtue in him, man. And I just got the call yesterday. It was like, you such a boom, killed, stabbed his father. I was like, what? I'm like, nah, ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? But and I say that to say this is just like, you first of all, we don't know what really goes on in the household. You like, everybody has a different, you know what I mean, face for what they tell you out in the open, just like this, man. Cause it could very well be in the household, man. It could be some straight thugging going on. You know what I'm saying? Like some just greasiness. But I say all that to say, man, one mistake, first of all, can just cause a whole domino effect. But it also is caused by a built up of things that have happened, you know what I mean, in your life, things that have been taught to you, things that you have passed down. That's why you have to be careful on what you are trying to teach people or show people, because just one small, minute part of it can create a domino effect of some people call a curse or negativity. You understand what I'm saying? So like, we got to pay attention. I'm gonna keep playing this out for a few more minutes, that we're gonna close on out.
What we gonna do? My son told me, he said, I love you, mama. He said, but I can't let these niggas get away with thinking they took something from me. He said, and as far as you and my sister, he said, I ain't even thought that far yet.
That's why I say mental health.
So
Get your mental health is important.
my son's murder has changed me in so many ways. Like, I shake a lot now. I have real anxiety attacks. I have panic attacks. I need to know the whereabouts of my other two kids every second, every minute. And the first thing they tell me, well, mom, it's going to be okay. Ain't nothing going to happen to us. Let me tell you something. I had just got off the phone with Tuka at 6:04. He was at the bus stop coming home from school. He had just won his wrestling match at school. He said, Mom, I won. I'm on my way home. I said, well, come on. I'm at the sink, seeing the chicken. To this day, I do not fry chicken at home. I got to eat chicken out. I say, come on home. I'm finna cook you a hot meal. We walked away. He said, I'm on my way. That was at 6:04. I get a call 8 minutes later. My son is dead. So I tell my kids, y'all not finna tell me what's gonna happen to y'all when y'all leave out this door. If I could lose a son at 8 minutes. Murder has not only changed me, it changed my whole family. Because now we have to listen to this diss music that they keep putting my son in. My son wasn't no rapper. He wasn't this big person they tried to make him seem out to be.
Take your time. Take your time.
My son was 15 years old. He lived his life as a child. This music stuff, like, who mimics someone's death like that? in the industry that's upholding this mess. Like, where's y'all morals? What
And
about
we gonna stop right there. We're gonna stop right there. Uh, just heard her, man. You know, where's people's morals at right now when it comes to this rap music, man? And where's the morals of, you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's the morals of the people that are putting out that bullshit. And then when somebody else see that shit can make it to the top, then you're gonna have a 1,000 copycatters that come out here and be like, man, I'm finna smoke on this, I'm finna smoke on that, because the one that got 1,000 views and got paid off of it and got signed, or got 1,000,000 views and got paid off of it, got signed, I'm a copycat that shit. And even if I don't really mean it, you know, one person said it, people followed, got signed, the industry making money off of them and pumping that shit out. That's creating an unmorally imbalanced group of newcomers and people, because kids are watching that stuff and they think that shit's okay. So they go to school and they be like, oh, your mama just died, I don't like you no way, I'm finna smoke a pack on your mama type thing, I'm finna smoke a pack on your brother type thing, which creates a whole different domino effect that recreates other little Negroes, nigglets coming up in there doing that same bullshit. I'm just saying. Lakers, what you think? What'd you learn today off this?
I mean, you know, I understand everything they saying, and what they saying is the truth. You know what I'm saying? I done seen it all. And the one thing, the most important thing, like Tuka, his mom saying, the most important thing is to, no matter what you going through or what you might think, for you or the siblings or relatives, getting mental health after losing somebody, or, you know, a dramatic experience is necessary. And what she just saying shows it. You know what I'm saying? And it just shows you, like, that everything ain't what it seems, or what the media put out here. You know what I'm saying? That's why we need to, you know, research and look at things from our own point of view, and not the point of view of somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Or what people portray. Like she said, that this music, just things nowadays just show that this world is just in a downward spiral. You know what I'm saying? And what is it going to take for people to turn it around? You know what I'm saying? And start valuing life more, you know?
Look, I guarantee you, that man that you see up there, that Asian man and that white lady up there, I guarantee you one thing they doing with that job profession they in. I guarantee you they getting mental health for what they doing.
I guarantee you they is too. And I'm going to say that's probably why I'm so into getting it, because I'm going to tell you, being in a profession where you got to put people away and listen to this and that, it actually is real drain on your mental. Real drain on your mental. Very drain.
It weighs a toll on you without you knowing, until somebody tell you this is what's going on with you, or you look back at yourself and you listen to yourself, and you see, like, dang, did I say that? I might need some, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, on later down the line. But I guarantee you, you know, this guy, that Asian guy, he goes through that stuff every day, man. Everything that she's saying and they are saying, he deals with it every day. Then he has to deal with on his conscience what type of time he's given, and then if it affects a certain person in a way and the other person in a different way. So a lot is on his mental. Yeah, a lot is on his mental. It's a whole mental stain that he goes through. But I guarantee you, the reason why he's able to get up there and be like how he looking right now is because he gets mental help with it. He gets mental help. He has to. They have to as well. That's one key point that we have learned a lot from this, man. I hope everybody has a blessed holiday, Thanksgiving, blessed every day, man. I appreciate Queen Lakers for coming up here with me, man. This was a good build, I think, man. Hopefully it gets to stay up to where a lot of people can watch it and take a little something from it. And I hope everybody.
Where this at? This on YouTube? This episode? This show on YouTube?
Yeah. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't see this, but a lot of people should go back and watch this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about when I first cut it on, I was like, I didn't know this was with you know what I mean, because a whole lot of negativity was brought around this actually coming out, and I thought it was gonna actually be like a a movie documentary. I think that's what it was going to be at first, but you know the two
What kind of stuff was what they was trying to stop it from coming out?
well, the controversy was two Negroes couldn't get together on who the money was, and then all the mamas up there ended up getting into it over money, and then they ended up getting into it. So, like, you know, this was shot like back in March and stuff like that. Charleston White was the one to kind of come up with the concept along with Rainwater, and then I guess like money wasn't being allocated right and all different types of stuff. I know this was supposedly supposed to be a part of like the documentary or whatever, but that's why they said, like, if you pay attention to it, it'll say it's March something or something like this. So this was shot like a while ago. This was before like Charleston White got into it with the ladies and how they feel right now about being around Charleston White and Rainwater and all this different stuff. But you know how when you mix two
You can't money always mess up everything. Like you see, the main thing that was stopping it, the money was not getting. You know, what about the message that it bring? More important than the money, you know, it don't matter.
well, you have people that come up with that concept of bringing those four ladies together. They're bringing it together in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be for monetary gain as well as with the message. Like, they're going to go hand in hand. But when stuff starts to go on with the money allocated to these different individuals, and then, you know, when you get a panel of women together, stuff goes on jealousy on who's getting more money and all different types of stuff like that. So I mean, it ends up turning into this one of those situations where when you get these women together that you know, they're dealing with all of this hardship, right? You got to be in and out with it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't stick around and linger on the message you're trying to deliver. You need to get that message where it's at right then and there and get it out there. Like, because the longer you stay around in that situation where it's money, it's going to be some jealousy. They gonna start saying, well, my son was a better rapper than yours, and all this different stuff gonna go on. You know what I'm saying? Once they start to find out who was getting paid more, all this different stuff, who was getting taken care of better, what type of hotel they was in, when these mental issues have not been solved, you're gonna be dealing with all of that, because they not gonna be worried about the message so much. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be worried about, did I get enough shine time in the video? Did I get enough income on the, you know what I'm saying? That just happens anyway when a lot of people get together, man, women and men too, man. They get jealous over who getting more shine than the other one. So that's why you got to be in and out on this joint. And you can't be the person that's getting it together. You can't be a person that's focused more on money either, because it's going to end up being slouched out. But I'm glad it finally was able to come out. I think Charleston White got it over there on his page, man. So y'all know Charleston got the whole outfit over there for it. You know what I mean? So it definitely is something, man. I think a lot of people should watch, man, especially the mothers out there that have went through situations like this, man. And like I said, man, y'all have a blessed day, man. I'll be back later on with another topic, man. I think I'm gonna deal with and Queen Lakers. I don't know if you want to come in on this. I don't know. It's gonna be dealing with the disrespect of the youngsters towards the elders in the rap community. I mean, we just had a newer rapper come out and say that Nas was irrelevant, man. He said he's irrelevant as far as rap is concerned. So I was gonna bring that up. I know, you know, I don't know if you know too much about rap and stuff like that.
I think that when that, you know, you know, it's amazing how, you know, it to me that's clout chasing or searching for fame or getting attention for yourself. You know, just like that thing with August Augustina, I knew that was clout when it happened. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing what these people do for clout nowadays.
Yeah, because
or to make themselves look better than somebody else. Huh?
If that was his lover, it wouldn't have been no hug. They would have kissed or something like that. That was
right.
That was their main brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
you know what? You know how I knew it was something, the way he chose his words. You know what I'm saying? When he said that people want to say how love should be, then he said, "This is who I found love." And of course, I love my brothers. I found love different. It's a different kind of love I have for each one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was something the way he chose his words.
Yeah, man. Y'all beware of anybody that's about to bring an album out or is doing a new show or something like that. They will, this new community, this new age of people, they will bring up some type of pandemonium in order to draw you in, to get you hooked, so that you so they get more units sold, more views, and all that. And we all know controversy sells, man. We see it every day, all the
Good
time.
or bad.
Yeah, good or bad. Right. Good or bad. But y'all know what it is, man. Truth be told, man, we about to sign on out, man. Queen Lakers in the building, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Remember to breathe in and then breathe out, man, because everybody breathes different, man. And all that means is everybody has a different opinion, man. We all different, man. Let's go, man. I'm getting up out of here, man. I'll see y'all next time, man. Queen Lakers, Queen.